Alright, so you've picked up your starter card, but you actually need to Evo the damn thing so you can get the second and third versions of all the Evo cards just to say that you did it. So here's a little guide on how I personally have Evo'd up all of the Evo cards that you can get right now for the starter packs in 2K23 MyTeam, like, and all that wonderful stuff. If you enjoy the video, and let's get on with it. If you need level 40, unlimited, limited, clutch time, domination, triple threat, or anything else on your 2K account grinded, contact Rose NBA on Twitter and let them know X sent you. So, I guess the first one we're going to cover is Ja Morant. But we have Ja Morant, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid. And I kind of want to just tell you blanket what you're going to possibly have to do for a lot of these cards. So, for Ja Morant, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid, every single one of the first stages is a balanced upgrade that is just score 6 points in a game. It is super easy. It is super consistent. You literally don't have to do anything other than score 6 points. And if you're just starting off the game, you play one clutch time game that you have to play, score 6, no matter who you pick for your Evo, and you'll be able to just start it off as a sapphire, which is a nice helpful tip. So with Joel, you can see here you have two choices between 150 points and 25 assists, or 150 points and 25 dunks. Personally, I think that the athletic one is not only better, but significantly easier to do. The Ja Morant Evo that you'll have a choice is 150 points on each side, depending what you want to do. There'll be a shooting one where you can get 25 threes along with 150 points, and you'll be able to get a shooting Evo, or you'll be able to do 150 points and 5 steals, which is what I ended up doing to get the defensive Evo, because I just think it helps him so much more. Then we got Jimmy Butler, who after those 6 points, you have 150 points and 25 assists, or 150 points and 25 threes for a playmaking or shooting Evo. And the shooting one, you gotta go with on Jimmy Butler. It makes this card absolutely insane. So the best way that I would say it is to Evo a lot of these guys, and we'll start it off with Ja Morant, is definitely going to just be, at least in my opinion, starting it off, if you're going for the steals challenge like I did, playing it in triple threat. What I ended up doing with this Ja Morant is kind of just taking him into these triple threat games right here that I was playing. You see, I only played a few. I'll go in with just Ja Morant, and then I'll pick up a few gold centers, just so Ja Morant, I'm making sure, is playing my point guard position. We'll have Damian Jones, and then we'll also have Moses Brown. Now, I know there's no contract costs, but we're still using these guys just so that the opposing players that we're playing against are also a lower overall as well, and it makes it a little bit easier on Ja Morant. Now, I'm gonna have a full, steal guide in general that's gonna help a little bit, but the general idea of how I got my steals in a lot of these, and again, triple threat will get harder as you win more games, but what I usually started out doing is just kind of running like this at the guy and trying to get those bump steals like that. Now in 23, game feels a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit harder to get some of these, but eventually you'll get some. Now, lucky for Ja Morant, the 150 points is probably one of the easiest things that you can do, because this guy is lightning quick. He can basically blow by anybody and do that right there. So the 150 points really isn't too bad. This guy is a machine when it comes to getting to the basket. Really, the hard part kind of just comes if you're trying to get these steals, because, people don't lose the ball very often. If you're going for the threes, the simplest way that I found to get threes is heading to something like this. Call for a quick little screen, hop a little bit to the right, and kind of just keep passing it around over and over again until when you walk around, you get a nice little animation where they go into the screen like that, and you can just green the three super easy. It takes a few tries to kind of get the release down for Ja Morant, and to get one where the AI goes under, and you can see right there, that's how the steals work. It will take a few tries for you to actually successfully get the AI to go under, but once you kind of get his release down, you kind of see what you're doing and maybe mix in a few momentums, you can eventually, find your way into getting that AI to go under it, and then as long as you don't wait it, get your threes. So overall, not too bad, I don't think, for our man Ja Morant. Now, for Jimmy Butler, this is, again, I think one that's super easy for Jimmy, and one that I kind of did eventually. For a lot of these guys, I would say get the challenge that's a little bit harder for you done first, and then you can kind of move it on. So for Jimmy Butler, you have either 150 points and 25 assists, or 150 points and 25 threes. I personally like doing the threes a little bit better, because the points and the threes kind of go together. They kind of work together, so it just makes more sense to do those. But if you like the playmaking upgrade more, it's pretty simple to do those. Again, what I recommend is heading into into triple threat, just because it is a little bit easier. do a lot of these challenges. And if you're going to be doing the assist one, which you're going to want to do is obviously include Jimmy Butler. But then what I would say is run a center that you know you can run a really solid pick and roll with and consistently get dunks or just finishes right off of Jimmy Butler's passes if you're going for the assist. I went for the 3-pointers, so I kind of just played domination, passed it to Jimmy whenever he was open in the corner, and just eventually got my 25 threes. I wasn't really in a rush to, I guess, get him better because his defense was already good enough. But if you're really trying to rush this and do this the most efficient way possible, you kind of just want to do whatever you can to get the ball into your hands because the defense doesn't really matter. If you're going for assists, all you really have to do is call for a pick and roll, run around these, and then just dip it down. And again, you want a good center because you can just do those little hook shots nice and easy, and those 25 assists will go by so fast, man. Pick and rolls are probably one of the cheesiest things right now because big men actually can be crazy OP inside the paint. Now, threes are a little bit more difficult because Jimmy does not have the greatest of 3-point ratings when he is a sapphire. When he is a ruby, his 3-point rating, as you can see, is pretty good. But in general, I kind of did the same strategy. I am really not the greatest at shooting right now. At least just timing it, just because I've been using so many quick releases on 22 that these slow jumpers are just messing with my head. But generally, the same kind of 3-point strategy works, except you're kind of gonna want to do it closer to this this corner, just because we know the corner is the easiest 3-pointer to hit. So you kind of just want to keep doing those over and over again. You can see I'm getting open from 3. I'm just bricking the shots. But yeah, in general, you just want to keep running these pick and rolls, get out to the corner, shoot those threes, and just have yourself a good old time. And make sure you green them, because in 2K22 or 2K23, if you don't green, you're not going to get them. And what I would say is the easiest of the 3 is going to be our wonderful man, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, probably the easiest one, which is why I kind of left him to last, because I just wanted to kind of cruise through. But you can see 150 points and 25 assists. Now, the 25 assists is one that's going to be a little bit weird. What I actually recommend with Joel is a little bit different for assists, but I do think that you should go with the athletic upgrade just because it's so much easier to finish, because if you get the 25 dunks, that is also working towards your 150 points. It just makes sense. So what you're going to do with Joel is go in with Joel as a center, and you want to run guys who are shorter. That way Joel is going to be playing at that center position, and you're going to want to run with a competent playmaker. So you can see we have a lot of guys who have an A+ playmaking. I'm going to go with Terry Rozier, and then I'm just going to pick a random gold small forward to kind of just run the game with us, like Max Struss. Will play like that shooting guard position. So it also helps if your other guy, if you're going for assist, is a slasher, so you can run a different guy to be a little bit helpful with it. But if you're just going for dunks, this is actually a pretty, I guess, easy, we'll say, challenge to complete. All you got to do is wait for the game to actually load in, and no matter what it is, give it to the guy that is the primary ball handler that has the good playmaking, call a pick and roll, run Joel into the screen, and then boom. Throw a lob. As easy as that, you will get 25 dunks. Very, very easy. You don't always have to throw a lob. You can just give it to Joel and then right stick dunk it. Really easy if you want to make sure you're getting it. Or you kind of can just post up and drop set people. If you want Joel to be the one that is going to be getting the assist, however, what I recommend is, depending on the game that you're in, you can kind of just post up with Joel Embiid, select whoever you want to either set a screen or to cut, and then kind of give the ball to them and just take some nice and easy layups like that. Joel Embiid, probably the easiest one to evo up. It takes almost no effort, and I think most people should be able to get it pretty damn easy. So let me know what you guys think about these evos so far in 2K22. Which one of these have you used? Which one are you trying to evo right now? And who has been your favorite so far? I gotta say, I love Jimmy, but Ja Morant is just so fun getting to the basket and dunking that he's got to be my favorite. But let me know yours down in the comment section below. Like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you want to do the channel, and all that wonderful stuff. And I will see you in the next video.